And we've got a lady on with us, Debbie-McGee, who I appreciate holding while I told that story that will air tonight. Debbie-McGee started, I guess, back in 2008, the End the Fed up in Dallas. Very successful. We've got video in our press release of that event and other events. And you can find out more at endthefedusa.ning.com. And Debbie-McGee joins us, and she's going to be bringing her great organization, the Dallas End the Fed, out to join us this Friday. So good to have you on with us, Debbie.
Thank you, Alex.
And there's a photo of you on screen with the wonderful Ron Paul. So tell us about yourself in the Fed, why you're doing this, and what do you think of my idea of, instead of just letting Michael Moore tell us capitalism's the problem, actually going to the real source?
I think that's what we have to do. I got involved after Ron Paul's campaign last time, and we're just trying to reach anybody who will listen. You know, Tea Party people, the Democrats, whatever, these people out today for Occupy Dallas. We had flyers. We just want to reach people who know that something's wrong and point them in the right direction as far as, you know, where the root cause of the problem is.
Isn't it encouraging that the Fed people, the Occupy Wall Street people in Dallas, the Occupy Dallas group, is going to the Fed. So people are starting to get it. And then last night, Occupy Wall Street group marched on the Fed, and there were arrests. So finally, I mean, did you see Bernanke go, I understand why people are mad at Wall Street and capitalism yesterday. See, he loves that nebulous thing. And George Soros says he's with the Occupy Wall Street. Soros would love to occupy the firms he doesn't control on Wall Street and take them over, like they did Bear Stearns.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
How many folks do you think the Dallas in the Fed folks that you head up are going to be able to bring out to this rally that we're launching Friday evening?
I have no idea. It was kind of short notice, but I think with your getting the word out on your show, we could have a really good turnout. Today we didn't have very many, but there were hundreds of those Occupy Dallas people here, so it was kind of exciting.
Okay, so that march is already going on. What's happening in Dallas?
Well, they marched down. We were at the Fed building before 9 because I scheduled we'd be there from like 9 to 12. So we were there before 9, and they met at a park several blocks away, and they marched down towards us. And the police said they had about 300, but I think they probably had maybe 500. They stood around with us on the corner for a little while, and you could tell they were getting hot and bored in the sun, and they wanted to go march on Chase Bank, which was across the street. So we could hear people saying, let's go march on Chase, and other people saying, that's not in the planned route, you know, like they didn't want to deviate from the plan. And they ended up, when we were trying to leave to get back to my car and take this phone call, they were marching past the Fed, up a block, and then across the street and down towards Chase. So the Dallas police were, you know, flexing with the movement and allowing them more freedom and access.
Hey, I think that's a great idea. Perhaps I should drop by at 4 to 5 tomorrow, and I'll bullhorn the Chase people, which again are owners of shareholders of the evil Fed across the street. They're fake quasi private organization over there. And then I guess 5 to 8 or so, we'll try to get folks out there at the, well, no, we're going to get a lot out there at the Dallas Federal Reserve. Now, I'm asking people, Debbie, because I'm going to go on to the Houston Fed and the San Antonio Fed, but then I'll send reporters back or I'll come back myself. I'm asking people to go ahead and camp out there because that's going to get the real attention there on the sidewalk. And that's encouraging. You're saying the police didn't try to violate your First Amendment today when you were out there, you said, with hundreds of people that showed up from Occupy Dallas.
No, they really were being pretty good, I think. We have a really good relationship with them. That's why I wanted to be here early, to be like the first one there on the scene. And the Dallas police has worked with us, you know, since 2008. We've had rallies 2 or 3 times a year, and they've been very good. We have a good working relationship.
There was a black detective. He gave me his card. I forgot his name, but he's on the videos. But when no cameras were around last time, he said, listen, I know about the Federal Reserve, okay? We're your friends. I got it. And he was like, I appreciate you. So the cops up there were very nice last time, unlike the New York police. But so it's a good place to encircle the Fed and get media attention. People are like, why do we do this? We point out it's the Federal Reserve. Debbie, why do you think we should protest the Fed instead of just saying, you know, capitalism's evil?
Well, because they're really behind it. And it's not capitalism. It's fascism, you know. or corporatism.
Yep.
So they're really the root. But, even I pointed out to people today I talked to, they're just the root that we can see. It's really the people behind them that we can't see. So I had flyers with some good info and told everybody, hey, thanks for coming. We've been here since 2008. We're glad you joined us. So it was kind of nice to put that, spin on it. And
what's your analysis, just from having a chance to march with them and watch them, of the 400, 500 or so? You said the police said 300, but it was more. They always try to underestimate, just to be on the safe side, of the Occupy Dallas folks. I mean, from what I've heard, they're a pretty diverse group.
Oh, yeah, very. There was everybody you could imagine was there, from the older grandma who was just tired of, the economy, to the kids who don't have any jobs, to a lot of students were there. It was a wide range of nationalities and colors, and it was a good, diverse group. Lots of good signs. There were lots of thought-provoking signs. So.
Well, it's very exciting. Obviously you were there to let them know, hey, tomorrow night's important. Believe me, that's the one that's going to get the media attention. Dallas Morning News has covered it. NBC News in Dallas has covered it. D Magazine has covered it. This morning I couldn't even go through all the publications that are already covering it. Was there any media there today?
Oh, they were thick. I mean, very, very thick. There was lots of media there today.
And they're saying they're going to be there tomorrow, correct?
I don't know. Well, I really have no idea. I guess it just depends on how things go.
Well, there's going to be a huge turnout tomorrow. I would imagine it'll be a lot bigger than the Occupy Dallas folks, but they are certainly invited. Were the Occupy Dallas folks saying they were going to come out tomorrow night?
It sounds like they're planning to be here tomorrow too, so I guess they will.
Well, that is extremely, extremely exciting, and I obviously will give a speech and indict the Fed myself, but then I'll try to hand off the bullhorn or let you guys go on your own bullhorn so I don't destroy my voice. My days of screaming at the top of my lungs into a bullhorn have got to end. I haven't been to the doctor, but I can tell you from years of screaming, I've gotten this husky voice, and that I've got to just now speak at rallies and not scream until I cough blood up. So I will be there to speak off and on for 2 hours, but I look forward to hearing you speak and others speak. And just God bless you. Debbie McGee, any other points you'd like to make?
Well, I just like to encourage everybody to, work together on this and reach out to people who, they may not be exactly like-minded, but we need to work together against the power elite. So that's my main point.
Work together against the power elite, absolutely.
Yep.
What do you think of their attempt? Because I've got reporters all over the country. Their attempt to try to turn this into a Democratic thing. But we've been on the street. These are not Democratic operatives. The media is trying to act like they speak for George Soros, but they don't.
Yeah, well, if you just look at the basic overall look, you would probably get that idea. And, the media is going to pinpoint who they want to. They're going to interview who they want to. So, they can portray that. But I think it was pretty diverse, really.
Well, when we had that In the Fed rally, one of many you've had that I was at in 2008 in November out there, it was about as diverse as it gets. White folks, old folks, young folks, Hispanics, Asians, black folks. It was great. All burning with the light of liberty in their eyes. All had the same spirit.
Yep. We sure appreciate everything you do.
Well, we appreciate you, Debbie, and I look forward. I'm going to be there tomorrow broadcasting from nearby. I may even get the laptop out with the 4G and set it on top of power line box or something at face level and just broadcast right there on the street. If the cops don't give us any trouble, which if that same detective's out there, we shouldn't. I don't want to get him in trouble. I ought to shut up. But the point is, we're going to be right back from break. The website, is that the best website to give out, Debbie, the one I gave out earlier?
Yeah, I think so.
InTheFedUSA.ning.com. Debbie, we'll see you there tomorrow and get you on the radio there on site. We'll talk to you soon. We'll be right